Hello everyone, today we will learn starting new chapter the Schrodinger equation and its application. Now we will discuss about wave function of a moving particle. Without wasting any time, let's begin. According to quantum mechanics, all particles in the universe are described by what we call wave functions. We call wave functions, quantum wave functions by properties such as positions and momentum do not have defined values until there are observed. The probability of each possible observation is determined by the wave functions. Suppose we have particle moving freely through space in one dimensions. Its wave function may look as shown in the figure. The probability of the particle being at a particular position is given by the square of the amplitude of the wave function at these locations. Now let us consider a particle that is moving in one dimension but is trapped inside a box. Its wave function may look as shown in figure. At each point in space and time, all wave functions are described by a complex number. Psi is equals to a plus bi. All complex numbers have real component and imaginary component. Amplitude square is equals to a square plus b square. Therefore, psi is equals to a plus bi. In a particle with a higher energy will have a rotates with higher frequency, and it will look like this, that rotates higher energy rotates with higher frequency. Psi is equals to phi 2. The wave function can also be in combination of the waveform and the previous one. Previous one that is the previous one, and this phi 1 is equals to wave function with lower energy and lower frequency. Phi 2 is equals to wave function with higher energy and higher frequency. Therefore, phi is equals to 1 upon phi 2. Phi is equals to c1 phi 1 plus c2 phi 2. C1 and c2 are constant. Probability of being in phi 1 is equals to mod of c1 square. Probability of being in phi 2 is equals to mod of c2 square. We say that the wave function is in a wave function in superposition of the two wave functions. Since the waveform is combination of two different wave function with different energy level, the energy of this particle is uncertain. Phi is equal, when we measure the energy, we said the wave function collapse into one of the two original wave functions, original wave functions, and the wave function's frequency determine the particle energy. The momentum of particle is determined the wave function's wavelength. Wave function of the wavelength, and therefore a longer wavelength implies a smaller momentum. In this scenario, we have particle moving freely through space with a non-momentum. However, the position of the particle is completely unknown due to the fact that the amplitude of the wave function is the same everywhere. The square of the amplitude of the wave function at each location determine the probability of measuring the particle at that location. We can have some knowledge of the particle location if the wave function consists of sum of several different wavelengths different wavelength waveforms and different wavelength. In this case we have more knowledge of the particle location, since the amplitude of the wave function is larger in one area, but we have less knowledge of particle momentum, since the wave function is composed of waveform of different wavelength. If we measure the momentum precisely, then the wave function will collapse into one of this waveform, and we will again have the more knowledge we have about less knowledge of have about the particle position, and the more knowledge we have about the particle position and less knowledge we have about the particles momentum. This is because to more we want to limit the wave function peak in amplitude to one narrow location, the greater than the number of different wavelength we will have to add together. Probability of collapsing to phi 9 is equals to mod of C9 square, and probability of collapsing to phi 11 is equals to mod of C12 mod of square. C3 is a constant, C14 is a constant, can be complex number, and C15 is a constant. Momentum is equals to h upon wavelength. H is equals to Planck constant. Energy is equals to h into frequency. Note that the velocity of the particle is not the velocity of the pattern that form out the sum of all the waveforms that makes up the total wave function. When a particle is traveling freely space, there are no limitation to a wave function. Possible wavelength and frequencies, and on the other hand, if a particle is trapped inside a box, the only wavelength and frequency that are possible are the ones that ensure that the amplitude of the wave function is close to zero at the boundary of the box. This means that for a trapped particle, waveform in between this frequency are not allowed, and hence only certain energy levels are possible. At each point in space and time, the wave function is described by a complex number which has a real component and an imaginary component. In order to help visualize the upcoming explanation, let us just show the real component of the wave function. This still show a particle
this equation in here, we obtain the final expression for the time period of original pendulum. So this is a final expression of the compound pendulum.
So far we have only been talking about particles moving in one dimensions, as shown in the figure. Now let us consider a particle moving into two dimensions. Amplitude must always be close to zero along all four edges. If the particle is trapped inside a box, then only certain energy levels will be possible to each of the two dimensions. Now the frequency in each of the two dimension indicates the energy in that dimensions, and the Energy must be present in both dimensions to ensure zero amplitude at the edges. Now let us consider a particle called an electron moving in three dimensions trapped by electrical attraction of an atomic nucleus. As shown in the figure, as in the previous example, only certain energy level for the electron will be possible. The wave function with specific energy level they are possible are what we refer to as the energy refers to energy electron orbits of an atoms orbital of an atoms. Now much more information on quantum mechanics.